Hello everyone, welcome back. Is this part 18? It might be part 18. That's crazy. I'm only just getting into Woodfall. Ridiculous. Then again, other than... okay. Other than the Song of Soaring stone thing up ahead, and I suppose the owl. Get out of it. Get out of it. Oof. There might not be much text, although I suppose there's the, well, I suppose there's the Woodfall map and the compass and the bow and things, but yeah, should be getting towards advancing through the game a bit more now. Until we have to do Snowhead and stuff. Okay, so he's just saying, just laughing at us, or at something. Kore wa mezurashii omae wa... Oh no, I think that's ended. Just put punctuation on it, boys. Seriously. Kore wa mezurashii. So this is kind of a... Mezurashi kind of means rare. I think... we haven't covered it in this series, have we? I think it means in a positive sense, usually. So kind of, he's sort of saying like this is a sight to behold. Like we are, you know, we someone like us doesn't come around very, very often. So we're kind of rare in a positive sense, I believe. Kore wa mezurashi. Omae wa yousei no ko jana. So you... excuse me. I don't know what's wrong with me. Yousei. So that's just fairy, not ko. So no, just to link it to ko, which means like child or boy or whatever. So you are like a child of the fairy or a fairy boy. And then jana, just kind of like dane, basically, or dana. Same sort of vibe. Same meaning. Konna doku ni okasareta numachi ni nan no youja. So konna means like this much or in this way or such like this. And okasareta, I suppose, is like to be polluted in a kind of a contaminated kind of way, and maybe like a invaded, assaulted kind of way. Let's just have a look here. Okase. That's kind of annoying because there's lots of different kanji. You've got to invade, to raid, to trespass, to violate, to intrude on. Then there's another kanji that says to commit, e.g. a crime, to perpetrate, to transgress, to contravene, to violate. So yeah, just I suppose like violated with poison or yeah, kind of by, isn't it? Because this is like the passive form, okasareta. So the ni with the passive kind of means by whatever the ni follows. So by poison, violated with poison, violated by poison, intruded by poison. I believe is sort of what's going on. So yeah, it's like what business, I guess, or what errands do you have in a swamp such as this, in such a swamp, kind of that has been, you know, violated by poison or violated with poison. Sort of the idea. And then ja, just don't know really. Just doesn't really mean anything, I guess. Yoga nai no nara warui koto wa iwan. Okay. Hayaku. Hitozato? Hitozato? Let's have a look. Oh, totally nailed it. Yeah, Hitozato. Awesome. Hitozato ni modotta hou ga yoi zo. So at the start here, we've got basically like, this kind of makes it into a conditional, doesn't it? So it's like, if there does not exist business or, you know, errands, or if you have no business here, less literally. Warui koto wa iwan, sort of like, well, this is shortened of iwanai, isn't it? Which is negative of say. So like, I will not say bad things, or I suppose what he means is I won't think badly of you. I won't say bad things about you. I won't think badly of you if you just, you know, return to civilization, let's say. If you have no business here, is what he's kind of saying. So yeah, bad things I will not say, or as I said, like, I won't think badly of you. Hayaku hitozato ni modotta hou ga yoi zo. I think we've seen this before. If you use like the past tense of a verb, in this case modoru, which means to go back. So modotta hou, it's kind of like the way. It's like when you have two choices and you've got to choose one or the other. This is how I kind of think of it anyway. One way is going to be, one option or one way is going to be better than the other. So he's sort of saying, having gone back to civilization quickly is good, or rather is the better option. And in that sense, it means you should go back to, you know, the like people's homes, or the home of people, quickly. Yeah, modotta hou ga yoi. And yoi, we might have seen this before. Yoi is just another way of saying e. It's just another reading for it. Sometimes it's preferred over e. I think in the past, especially, they preferred yoi to e. And also, the conjugations of e use this. So, for example, sorry if we've discussed this already. I've sort of making these parts over a few weeks, so I forget what I've covered a little bit. But for example, you've got e, which is standard, and then the negative is yokunai. So it obviously kind of conjugates from this. You don't say ikunai, you say yokunai. And you don't say ikattara, you say yokattara. So it all conjugates from this form, but e is commonly used instead of yoi. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on there. Omae ga iru kono numachi wa, is this Shugo? I should really know this. Shugojin wo ushinatte izure kie saru unmeja. Bloody hell. Let me just look up that. Shugojin. I totally nailed it again. Awesome. That's good. Shugojin. Yeah, basically both of these kanji here mean to protect or to defend. And you'll see that, you know, quite a lot in Japanese, I suppose, is the doubling up of characters, different characters that have the same meaning, more or less. That happens a lot in Japanese. But yeah, here we have Shugojin, meaning the god that protects, or guardian deity, or, you know, the protective god or goddess of the area, or whatever in this case. So yeah, Shugojin wo ushinatte. Ushinau means to lose. This is the same kanji that was in shitsure, which sort of meant, or at least how I explained it, was to like lose proper conduct, and in that sense it means to be rude. And in that sense, it means sort of like, you know, I'm sorry. It means it's like an apology. This is the same kanji. It means to lose, and it's pronounced this time ushinau, or the way it's conjugated ushinatte. Izure kiesaru unmei-ja. What's gonna kiesaru? Is he talking? Yeah, he's talking about the swamp, right? He's talking about the swamp. Okay. Izure kind of means no matter what. Like no matter what's done. Or maybe it means like, you know, at some point. Like it's not, we're not sure when, but at some point, in some way, somehow, the swamp is going to kiesaru. Kieru means to disappear, and saru means to like to leave or depart. So I think it just means that the swamp will sort of, you know, be lost to. Well, it will be lost. It will be kind of destroyed or whatever. I think. And then you've got unmei, which basically just together means fate. Yeah, Izure. I remember some of the achievements for some games on the PS3, I think. For example, it said like one of the achievements for a Metal Gear Solid, or one of the trophies, I should say, for a Metal Gear Solid game was Izure ka no nan ido de clear suru, or something like that, which means like on any difficulty, Izure ka. So I think it, in that sense, it kind of means, you know, any single one of the difficulties, like izure ka, and so izure. I'll tell you what. Let's look it up. Why don't I just do that? Izure. Izure mo is like both, either, any, all, every. Izure ka is any of, either of, any. And then izure has so many meanings here. Anyway, anyhow, at any rate, sooner or later, eventually, at some future date or time. So izure, I suppose, it kind of means ambiguous. Yeah, it kind of means ambiguous, doesn't it? Any of, or all of, or, you know, at some point, it kind of means all of those things. Yeah. What else have we missed? Nothing really. Just omae ga iru kono numachi. So this swamp, where you exist, basically, has like lost its guardian deity, and, you know, eventually, in some way, it has kind of been fated, I suppose, or it has the fate, if you want to follow the grammar here. It has the fate of eventually, you know, disappearing. That was a long text box. I'm not doing well at speeding up. Ma, sore wa numachi ni kagitta koto de wa nai ga. Okay. I actually don't know that. What's kagitta? Oh, I see. It's like kagiru, is it? Kagitta. Yeah. Okay, of course it is. Ma. He's sort of obviously kind of, you know, considering and going, well now, on second thought, actually, and then sore wa numachi ni kagitta koto de wa nai ga. I think we can start at the end here. It's sort of like saying that is not a thing that is limited to the swamp. So its eventual disappearance, or you know, doomedness, or whatever you want to say, is not limited to the swamp, just the swamp. So obviously he's saying that the fate of eventually disappearing applies to other places too, which is very unfortunate. So yeah, kagiru means to limit or to restrict. And so I suppose this has to be past tense just to conjugate koto? Sorry, just to modify koto, maybe. Ma, sore wa numachi ni kagitta koto de wa nai ga. Yeah. And then the ga at the end. The ga at the end, what's the ga at the end doing? It's sort of saying, I suppose it's like if you said, like, if you put this at the start, it's kind of just like saying, well, but I suppose that isn't limited to only the swamp. Obviously, doubling it up in English sounds weird, ma and ga, but I guess it doesn't in Japanese. Sore demo nao, kono saki ni susumu yuki to ketsui ga omae ni aru no nara hitotsu yoi koto wo oshiete yarou. So sort of demo is like, even given that, I suppose, even though that is the case, or even though that exists, or whatever. Now. Now apparently means furthermore, still. So I suppose if you still want to continue, or whatever, maybe. Yet more, still more, in addition, greater, further. Yeah, maybe it just means further, because you've got like konosaki, so beyond this point where he's met us, to go beyond this point, the way that we are facing, and advance further. So maybe it means like further, this point beyond, advance bravery and like determination, I suppose. I need to start elsewhere, don't I? Yeah, let's start here with the conditional, right? So it's like, if there exists within you the determination and bravery to like advance to beyond this point further, I guess. Then he's saying, like, I will teach you one good thing. I will teach you something good, basically. Koko ni kuru made ni omae wa washi ni yoku nita sekizou wo mite oran ka? Mite oran ka? This is sort of like at the end. Oh god, this is complicated, kind of. Basically, this last bit means mite inai ka. Mite inai ka. Which means, do you not exist in a state of having seen all of this prior information that he's talking about? But it's obviously different because, as I said in a previous part, I think mite oru was the preferred. Oru was the preferred verb rather than iru in the past. So it mite oranai. Bloody hell. Basically, it means, yeah, mite inai ka. But he's gone for the shorter kind of negating form, which would be like, I don't know what it would be in the preferred form now of iru. But anyway, mite oran, that's just negative of oru. Mite oran ka. So have you not seen? And then the sekizo just means like the stone statue, or the stone statues, I should say, that resemble. This means to resemble. Niru means to resemble, but you rarely use niru. And I think this is past tense because the stone statues, they already exist, so they have already been based on his appearance. Probably you could say niteru as well, because they currently exist in a state of resembling him, is what he's saying. But Yeah, I guess it can be past tense because they have already been created to resemble him, right? And yoku just meaning like very much so, I suppose, to a great extent they resemble him. We're kind of going in the wrong order, aren't we? Washi ni yoku ni tasekizo. The stone statues that very much resemble ni. And with niteru you use ni, obviously, ni, washi ni, niteru. And then omae wa just saying, you know, have you not seen the stone statues? And then koko ni kuru made ni. So up until, I suppose, until the point that you came to here, have you not seen those stone statues that very much resemble me? Koko ni kuru made ni. I don't know why this is like dictionary tense or future tense or, you know, regular tense. I feel like as an English speaker I would like to say koko ni kita made ni. But, you know, obviously that's not... Maybe that's wrong. I don't know if that's wrong or if they're both acceptable. But yeah, that's not what's going on here, so don't know. あれはこの世界の運命を変えるであろうものが現れた時。Okay, 現れた時。So those basically, those statues, あれは those things that are, you know, currently distant from the two of us. They are, you know, they're in Clocktown, they're in the swamp. So they are distant from both of us having this conversation, and that's why you want to say are in this case. Then again, because he's just talked about it, because he's just mentioned them in the last text box, I feel like he could have said sore as well. But he's gone with are. I don't really know what de arro's doing in here, but it basically means, well, I suppose we can start from the very end again. So those stone statues, at the time or when the person who like will change, or maybe is supposed to change, the fate of this world has appeared. Arawareru means to like appear. So at the time when the person who is supposed to change the fate of this world appears, and then the point is on the next text box. Yakudatete morao to washi ga kakuchi ni oita mono ja. Okay. So they are objects or things that I placed in each like section, each region, I suppose, each region. What's Toe doing here? I also need to look up the reading of the first two characters. Is it Yakudate? Yeah, Yakudatsu. Yakudate te morao. Okay, that's interesting. It's a transitive verb. Yakudate te morao to. Okay, I think this toe here kind of quotes his intention when he placed the objects down. So it's kind of what he was thinking. So it was in his intent and what he was sort of thinking when he placed them down in each region. And yakudate te morao is like to receive, and this is obviously like volitional form of morale, meaning to receive. So it's like he endeavoured or had decided very much to receive their putting to use, is sort of what he's saying. I will receive their putting to use, is what I thought, when I placed them down in each region. But then again, yeah. No, I think that's kind of close enough. What was the last text box? Arawareta toki yakudatete morao to. So maybe that last bit of that last text box feeds into this. And it's like they are items or they are objects that I endeavour to receive being put to good use when the person who is supposed to change the fate of this world appears. So there's so much information modifying this mono here, which is crazy. And that just shows you how backwards Japanese sentences can be. You know, we had like a whole text box and then this one just to modify mono, basically. You can just shove all the information before the noun or the point of the sentence, you know, the main subject, I guess. Anyway, kind of done with that. Omae ga sono sekizou ni deai no akashi o nokoshite ireba. So if, I suppose this is like the conditional form of iru, it must be, right? So kind of if you exist in the state of leaving or having left, nokosu means to leave over, or to kind of, yeah, to leave something, basically. So if you exist in a state of having left your akashi, or proof, or of your meeting on the statue or with the statue. I don't know if it's like you leave your proof of meeting the statue or you leave your proof on the statue of meeting it. I'm not sure, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, so if you exist in a state of leaving your proof of meeting, I guess on the statue, on those statues, I suppose, and obviously this omae ga, just saying if you leave your proof on the statue, on those statues. Washi no ashimoto ni kizamareta uta ga kitto yaku ni tatsu jarou. Okay. So if you leave proof on those statues, the song, like chiseled or carved at like my feet, basically at the base of my feet, will like for sure stand up to its like purpose, or stand up to its role, or less literally be helpful. And then jaro, just saying like, won't it? I bet, you know it, kind of vibe. Washi no ashimoto ni kizamareta uta ga kitto yaku ni tatsu jaro. Yes. Yoku oboete oku no ja. So well, sort of memorize it for the future, or memorize it for future use. No ja. And then no ja, I guess, as we've said, probably in the last part, in fact, if you use like the dictionary form of the verb, it doesn't sound like a request, it sounds like I will do this. So it sounds like he's saying I will do it. So for that reason, I guess putting no ja is how you kind of, or no, or unda, or something like that, makes it into a request. So it's like he's telling us to memorize the song well. Omae ga uta wo kanadeta toki kara, toki basho wo koe, washira wa eien ni tomodachi ja. Where do we start here? Omae ga uta wo kanadeta toki kara. Yeah. So it's like from the time, or from when you have performed, from when you have performed the song, you kind of will or can cross, this is like to cross something, to cross over something like a river or a bridge or whatever, You will cross, like, locations and time. I suppose time and locations you will cross. And we, like, are friends for eternity, I suppose. Or, yeah, we will be friends for eternity. I guess. Eian ni tomodachi ja. That's enough of that. Sekiban ni onpu ga kizamarete-iru. Sekiban, so just, you know, like a stone plank is kind of a one meaning of this, but obviously it just means like a something of this shape, I guess, like a rectangular palette kind of shape thing. Sekiban ni, the stone structure, the stone. I don't even know what this is called. What is this called in English? Stone monument? Don't know. Anyway, and then on pu. I think this is just like, this means like note or sound, and this means like kind of symbol, or more specifically, I guess, musical symbol. Let's have a look here. On pu. Yeah, musical note, sign, token, mark is the meaning of this second one, but together they're obviously musical notes. Onpu ga kizamareteiru, and kizamu, as we said in a previous text box, means to like chisel or carve something into something. So kizamareteiru is like to exist in a state of having been kizamud, or having been chiseled. So notes are chiseled into the stone thing. I've struggled with this a lot, to be honest. Allzora? I think it must be Allzora, right? It wouldn't be no. Allzora. I think it's Allzora. Daiku? I think it's Allzora. Just means the sky. Like, Sora alone means sky, but I feel that Allzora, like, obviously this literally means big. So I guess it gives it just a grander scale, a grander meaning. And as I've said, I'm not sure on the reading, to be honest. Allzora ni habataku, I think. Habataku tsubasa wo sono mune ni. Excuse me. There's a verb missing, like on the end, that obviously can be missing. Sono mune ni, I think it just means like, in a way, to kind of like treasure or to be a part of your heart. Like sono mune ni. Mune is chest. Or it's often used in a less literal way to mean in one's heart, or, you know, one's heart, and not physical heart, you know, just kind of like, you know, my heart tells me to do something. It's sort of, that's that sort of version of heart. So sono mune ni. Yeah, I guess it just means like to internalize or to treasure. I suppose that would be the verb, wouldn't it? To internalize or treasure the wings. Tsubasa is wings. The wings that kind of soar or beat or flap. But flap sounds a bit lame in English, doesn't it, for what it's trying to say? So maybe soar. The wings that soar in the sky, like treasure in your heart or whatever, or awaken in your heart, or internalize into your heart or whatever, is something along those kind of lines. Yes. Oh dear. Ooh. Oh, a bit early. Oh god. So that. Oh god. I think this is maybe what I was struggling with then. That's ridiculous. Tsubasa. What's another reading for Tsubasa? Yoku, apparently. So Taiyoku? Daiyoku? Or Tsubasa? I don't know the reading of these two. But it's obviously like Great Wings or Grand Wings. The Grand Wings song you played. Not sure of the reading of that, but if you can find it, maybe comment to let me and everyone else know. What should I say? I'll just say Daiyoku. I'll go with Daiyoku. Daiyoku no uta wo oboeta. So obviously you learned the Grand Wings song. Daiyoku no sekizo ni ishun ni shite tonde ikeru melody da. Yeah, so it's a melody with which, this is potential of iku, you can go flying, basically. Or, yeah, no, that'll do. You can go flying to the Grand Wing statues, like in an instant. Ishun is just, you know, like in the blink of an eye, in an instant. It's one instant, one blink of an eye moment. But I don't know what, honestly, I don't know what ni shite is doing. Daiyoku no sekizo ni ishun ni shite. Might have to ask about that. Ni shite. Daiyoku no sekizo ni ishun ni shite. I think it might just be required to make it make grammatical sense. Because I'm trying to think of the sentence without ni shite in it. Daiyoku no sekizo ni ishun tonde ikeru melody da. I feel like that still works though. I don't know, I'll ask about it. And yeah. Maybe my friend will get annoyed with having to answer my questions all the time. But never mind. The name of this place is just going to be Uddoforu. So there won't be kanji for this. Uddoforu. Yeah. Woodfall. The Japanese do not have a w sound in their language. They really struggle with it when English words have w. Which is kind of funny to me, because obviously, to me, w is like wa, but with a different vowel. So you'd think if they can say wa, they can say w, but the Japanese, they always say like umu. Instead of woman, they say umun. And instead of wood, they say uddo. It's, I don't know, man, it's surprising to me that they can't say w. But I'm an English speaker, so, you know, the way I understand those sounds is very different to them. Kore te dekunatsu no shirushi janai. So this, I think te kind of often just kind of some functions as wa. Is almost the same as wa in some cases. So kore te, so this thing here, wa, dekunatsu no shirushi janai, is the mark of like the dekus, isn't it? Koko de oinori demo shiteta no kashira. That was, I butchered that intonation there, but never mind. Koko de, so at this place, oinori demo. Like, oinori basically is prayers. Like, inoru is to pray. So I guess oinori is just kind of a very proper way to say prayer, because you've got the honorific before it. Yeah, oinori demo. Demo, as I've said, I kind of struggle with it. It's like, I guess in this case maybe it's like, I don't know. I don't even know. Koko de oinori demo shiteta no kashira. Oinori demo. Because it means like even, I would see it as, were they even doing prayers here? I wonder at the end. But but that understanding doesn't work in the way that it gets used a lot of the time. So I don't even know. Don't even know. Give me all that stuff. Give me that owl. What's the time here? That's coming up to the night of the first day. All right. Oh, I'll play the song first. I was going to end the part there, but I might as well raise the temple first. Yeah. And I suppose, honestly, I might as well fly into it. So we've gone sort of a bit kind of under under the usual time here. So obviously here we just have Uddoforu no Shinden, meaning Woodfall Temple. And that's that. So, you know, thanks for watching. Hope it's been worthwhile, and I'll see you next time.